Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Brian and I left Fairbanks last night, camped a couple hours south along the Jack River. We're heading down to Petersville Road today, so right around Trapper Creek. Sharif's going to meet us there. We're going to head out. I've not yet done Petersville, and there was a landslide a couple weeks ago that looks like it just got cleared. So we're going to make breakfast, relax a little bit at camp, and then do the 1.5 hour drive down to Trapper Creek and meet up with Sharif, and then see how far we can get into Petersville Road.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't cold, this would be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I take it we're going to his left?
We're going right at him, and then he's gonna tuck and roll out of the way. But I think I'll actually go to his right and just hug it.
Sounds good. I love that we're getting above tree line. This is gorgeous. Getting set up in a little bit to catch some of this light and shadows is amazing.
You read my mind. I was thinking, like, let's get to a flat, sunny area, kind of in the middle, so that we can get some of the sunlight coming through the clouds.
So we made it. I don't even know how percentage-wise far down Petersville, but we're probably about 30 miles into the road. We met up with Sharif right around 2 o'clock because we were a little slower this morning, but breakfast was worth it. So it's probably about 6 o'clock as we were pulling up onto, I don't know if it's a bluff, but we're above tree line. Sharif pointed out that the way the sun's hitting the clouds, like some streaks, is perfect. And it's almost 7 o'clock, so we're gonna stop, camp here, and then we'll set awning up just in case of rain, and then we'll start building a fire, and then I'll pull everything out to make dinner.
I mean, you can pretty much point your camera 180 degrees in any direction this way and get a beautiful photo right now. So I got my camera pointed north, hopefully, and we'll get some aurora maybe. But if not, this sunset still looks spectacular. So I'm happy either way.
So the rain's come down a little bit. It's still super cloudy. We're able to keep the fire roaring through the rain. But now it's almost sunset, so we're racing to get dinner done. I've got some hamburger buns toasting on the flat top, and then I'll put those away and actually get some burgers going. And then Sharif's got some veggies toasting. What else do we have with burgers?
Yeah, so I went to the Peña Market in Anchorage, which is kind of a Vietnamese market, and they've always got some scallions, onions, and all sorts of things. So we're starting with a bunch of scallions and a red pepper, and we've got some goodies to throw on the burgers. Some cheese, some tomatoes that my mother-in-law was kind enough to bring up from California. Look at that sexy thing. Get the bokeh shot.
Yep.
So for the spread tonight, Sharif was kind enough to bring along some of his fresh grown produce. And we got some nice looking burgers that Adam just cooked up on the new Camp Chef stove.
We actually have a big lettuce garden at home too.
Ooh, these
We
are
have a
nice.
big lettuce garden at home.
Nice. Beans.
Awesome.
Beans.
The last time I did like butter capsules, and I don't like them so much. I mean, the view, the burger.
Oh, I don't care about the view.
Oh
it's
my
the
god!
burger.
But like eating such a tasty burger with such an
we
amazing
don't care
view.
about that. I want to know how my cooking is. Brian's
I mean-
Sharif, how's my burger?
You came in through with he had this fire pit. He brought a bunch of whole, fire for like 2 bundles of firewood, and that worked. That worked a miracle. You showed up at like 11 o'clock and left at like 5 a.m.
That's why I'm glad to have Starlink, because then I can just stay and work from the war spot.
you could probably just call into, right?
There was just no cell service out there, so I had to drive back.
You gotta kick my ass.
We got some eggs, some Spam, some baked beans, some fried tomatoes, some pancakes, and we got some toasted sourdough. Kind of wipe it all up once we're done. And a true camp outfit: shorts, extra tufts, and a hoodie.
What are you about to do, Adam?
I'm gonna set up a wonderful toilet for everyone to use before the day's trip, because we did loaded breakfast tacos yesterday morning, loaded burgers last night, and then a half American English breakfast this morning. So we are full of beans and cheese and protein. And there's no porta potty out here or a pit toilet, so shout out Clean Waste. And of course, if you're gonna poop, at least do it with a view.
sun is really warm, but it's only registering as like 48 degrees out.
Yeah, it was 52 at camp. The sun does a lot. When it dips down, it's gonna get cold.
Oh yeah, which explains why it's already turning the leaves golden.
This time of the year, you can really see it between morning and night. It changes so quickly. The moon's in a pretty cool spot to our right. I might try to find a place where I can take a nice shot of it.
We just crossed over one of the rivers, and then Sharif pulled out. He's got this like 9-stop big stopper like ND filter, and with the river running as fast as it is, and then the way the sun's hitting with the trees behind us and kind of this like fall color gradient, he's gonna see if he can get some like cool light streaks going through. I've never seen what he pulled out. It's like this giant square ND filter, but it'll do 9 stops and allow him to do like a 10-second time lapse of the water in broad daylight. So we're gonna see what that is. But made it all the way to the end of the trail, and now we're heading backwards. There's a bunch of spurs off the edge of the trail that we're gonna take a look at after a quick break. spent most of the day on the trail. Made it all the way down to the end of the Cache Creek side trail, and then turned around, and Sharif wanted to check out another angle, and ended up being a muddy mess. But I'll walk over to Sharif and Brian, although Sharif's walking away, so I'm going to walk over to Brian, and I'll have Brian explain kind of what we're looking at, because I'm not sure I can.
Well, it's pretty clear. There's just a little bit of clouds tipping over the top of the mountain, and it looks beautiful. The air is very clear. I know that that's very far away, and it looks super close. It looks beautiful. It looks amazing.
So, hold on a second, and we'll actually show you the view. Brian and I have probably a 6-hour drive home. Yet another good weekend of camping and exploring. We stopped on a gravel bed on our way out of Petersville to get a couple different shots down by the river, let Odin run around before the 6-hour drive, and Brian fly his FPV a little bit. And we still have a phenomenal view of the old man all the way in the back. So we're gonna probably head out in about a half hour once Odin gets his full. We'll probably grab some dinner on the way back up and then go back to work, and then we'll do another camping trip next weekend.